YouTube, I'm back. Got a little shaving accident, but don't worry. But this is going to be my first video part. Number one, I'm going to talk about one of the railroads now. And this first railroad, I'm going to talk about the history that I know from the railroad. I don't know much. I'm going to talk about the Pennsylvania Railroad and some of its history. Some of the stuff I know. So, from what I've known, the Pennsylvania Railroad was registered in the 1800s. I think 1863-64, and it was known as the Main Line of Public Works, which was an extension of short little railroads and canals, which the railroads were more sufficient and they couldn't support on canals. But basically, the railroad, I think around 1880 something, after the Civil War, the railroad started upgrading tracks, and then finally around that time, they extended from Harrisburg up into Altoona. From Altoona, they had the battle grades going around Kittinning Point, where they built the world-famous Horseshoe Curve, which had 4 tracks. And I think around the 1920s, they started building bigger steam locomotives, such as the K4, the M1s, the L1s, the J1As. You had your 440 switchers, you had your 060s, you had your 040s, and you had your G5 class 460s. And they had the Lindenberg engine, what was number 420, which made a world record. And then I think around 1940s, when World War II hit around, made a huge money crunch in the Pennsylvania Railroad. It was losing freight. It was losing freight and losing passenger. And I think the last Broadway Limited train was run in March, and it left from Chicago east back towards New York over Horseshoe. Around 1969. I'm making my YouTube video right now. Sorry, that was my grandfather. Sorry. Anyway, 1969 was the official merger of the New York Central and the Pennsylvania to form the Penn Central Railroad, which lasted till 1973, I think, which was bankrupt in 1970, and it lasted until 73, I think. And, I mean, it wasn't terrible, in my opinion. They could have done things better. They could have upgraded track. They could have downsized routes that couldn't be used anymore, or downsized routes to make them more efficient. And they could have just upgraded rolling stock and built newer locomotives, but they didn't, so, yeah. And another thing I think they should have done for the Penn Central was that they should have Penn Central, for the new PR in New York Central, should have added another railroad in that merger, too, to make it more sustainable. A railroad like maybe the Baltimore in Ohio, the Chesapeake in Ohio, the Norfolk and Western, Central Railroad in New Jersey. Maybe railroads like the... Sorry, I had to pray real quick. That maybe railroads like... Rock Island. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, the Penn Central fell bankruptcy, and then 73, Conrail took over, which lasted till 1999. Norfolk Southern took over after that. Norfolk Southern took over after that. They've improved things. And that's from all I've known from Pennsylvania Railroad. So next Sunday is going to be next Tuesday, no, next Tuesday, part number 2 out of 22 is going to be coming up. And next Tuesday, Railroad is going to be the Denver and Rio Grande Western Narrow Gauge. Alright, this is Train Guy Mike. Rock on. Choo choo. I love trains. Rock on. Hey, I'm out.